You just don't say it. How to break up with someone you live with. Oh, this is a good one. How to break up with someone you live with. You know who should know who should. Jesus, too many hits to the head there. The people who need this information are all these morons you see on these murder shows. The amount of people that I watch on these murder shows that my wife thankfully has taken a break from. She goes through phases where she's just like mainlining Dateline NBC, and we end up, I don't know, because we're watching murder shows, but we end up getting a lot of laughs in that I just tease her for like, why are you watching this? I just start mocking how horrible they are. And then I just start singing, go to sleep, go to sleep. Like, why would you watch this right before you go to bed? But one of the things I've noticed is the amount of people, the first major crime they try to commit is not only murder somebody, but it's somebody they know. That is the hardest fucking thing in the world to get away with unless you work for the government. No. It's the hardest thing to get away with because you're automatically a suspect. You'd never been busted for anything, so you're not like some hardened criminal that knows how to fucking handle interrogation to be like, am I being charged with anything? If I am, I want a lawyer. If not, I'm going to leave. I'm pleading the fifth. They don't do that. They go out and they always bury them in like their backyard. There always seems to be like I got to tell you something right now. If your neighbor is putting in a well, he's thinking about killing his wife. All right? If the guy's wife says, you catch her in the pet store and she has a weird look on her face and says, yeah, we got a rodent problem. Yeah, she's trying to kill her husband. All right, the smart ones go to Home Depot and they buy a plate, a pane of glass. That's what you're doing. You bash it up microscopically and you just start putting it in their food. I think that's how it's done. I don't know. I know guys are supposed to be more evil, but at least if you get killed by a guy, it's over quickly. Like women, I swear to God, Jesus Christ, it takes them like 8 months to slowly kill you. There's a lot of women in prison that could write a book called The 8-Month Murder. It's fucking hilarious. It almost takes them this is an 80s joke. It takes them almost the same amount to have an orgasm as it does to kill somebody. Thank you. Reaganomics, everybody. Anyway, this I actually believe, if you're a progressive school, they should have a class, a requirement that teaches young people how to break up with people, teaches people how to know when a relationship isn't working, and there would be less broken hearts, there'd be less murders. I would think the Dateline NBC lobby would do everything they could in Washington to stop these courses from being taught to kids in college. And you know what they would do? They would just, all you got to do is to kill it. All you got to do is label it as socialism or communism, and it's going to be this socialist agenda. Then that'll be it. It'll be over. But the amount of time that you waste, and the people you hurt, and all that type of stuff. So, there becomes that thing. I remember a long time ago, I knew this woman. And she was dating this guy, and she was living with him, and she would always go like, yeah, can't leave now. She just kept saying that. And it did register to me when I was younger. And then they got a car together, and they ended up breaking up. And the whole time she wanted out, and she just kept getting in deeper and deeper and deeper. It probably affected her sleep, crushed that guy because he probably thought he met the one and all that. And all you need is just some information like this, all right? Because there's a lot of people listening right now who want to get out of a relationship. All right, I'm going to read what they say, and then I'll give you my tricks to the trade. Okay, Because when you're like a young guy, right? Like your first, like, you know those guys that are just like, I'm just going to act like a dick so she breaks up with me. Stupid. Rip the Band-Aid off. Rent a tuxedo. You get a top hat, right? You learn an Al Jolson song, but you change the lyrics and you just sing about how you're going to break up with her. I'm sorry. I wish I knew an Al Jolson song. How to break up with someone you live with. Here we go. Hey, Billy Red Rocks. I was almost going to call it that special. My wife was like, don't name it after your nuts. And I was like, you're right. Loved your recent special, and it's also a more obvious joke, especially when my listeners are coming up with it too. All right. Loved your recent special and all that jazz. Thank you. Let's get right to it. I have been with my girlfriend for 3 years now, but have decided that it's time to end things amicably. All right, good for you. The only issue is that we live together. Can you give me and listeners some advice on how to break up with someone whom you live with? Thanks a bunch. All right. There's a degree of difficulty here. All right, I'm standing up now. I'm walking around. All right. Let's go with the positives. You're not with the person that you want to be with, and you're aware of it. And you're going to do this. All right? And there's no way to do this without making a mess. So let's try to make the least amount of mess. Okay? So the number one thing is you're going to break up with her, and you still have to live with her. Now, ideally, you already have another place to go. Okay? Now, there are extreme ways of doing. You can do it this way. Okay, I'm kind of doing the cowardly way because you don't want to fucking deal with her. You don't want to deal with her. You want to get the fuck out. Let's just be a man here. You want to get the fuck. Hell hath no fury, and you want to be away from the fury. So if there's a way that you can somehow put a deposit down on another apartment, unless she's totally dependent on you. I don't know what your financial situation is, but I know a guy. Oh, I know a guy. This is how he did it. His wife went out on his girlfriend went out on the road, and he already planned to do it, but he knew that she was nuts. So he already had another place. She left, and the second the wheels left fucking LaGuardia or wherever the fuck they were, his brother came over. They packed up all his shit. They moved it to the new fucking place. And then they sat down. Then when she came back, he sat down. And she's like, where's all your stuff? And he's like, where I'm going to be living from now on because we're not going out anymore. Now, that's the fast way to do it. Listen, you moved in. On some level, you're going to have to be like, there's no easy way around this. So, if you're not in that type of financial position, which most people aren't, the biggest thing, all you have to do is break up with her. All right? You don't have to, just stop catastrophizing about how awful it's going to be, because it's going to suck. All right? So what I would do is know that she's going to be upset. She has a right to be upset. And just don't get in any arguments with her. And let her say everything she's going to say. You know, if she trashes your family, she makes fun of your dick size or your ability in bed and all the shit that when a woman gets mad, you know, God knows. I mean, it's all, they can, no subject is off limits. They will try to rip your fucking soul out. She might not be. She might be cool. I have no idea. But I'm just saying, prepare for the worst. Here's the deal. Every time when she comes at you and she says that, just think in your head, imagine if I married that. Thank God I'm not marrying that. She is saying all this horrible shit to me right now because this is her last chance to do it. And then you're going to get the fuck out of there and it's going to be good. All right? And I don't know what your living situation is. If it's a one bedroom, that's good because at least you can sleep on the couch. You won't have to sleep next to her. If it's a studio, I mean, I don't know. This is what I would say. If she's making your life a living fucking hell, I would literally call your parents and just say, listen, I need 2 weeks to find a place. I got to get out of here. And I would take a sick day, and when she's at work, I would just take all of your shit. Okay? Anything even remotely questionable, hey, I paid for half of that couch, fuck it. Leave it. Just take all of your shit, pack it up, and just get the fuck out. That's what I would do. Why prolong it? All right? So I need more information. If listeners have been in that situation, I fortunately was never in that situation. So I can't speak from experience, but I do know of guys where they were living there and then the girlfriend immediately started bringing other guys home. You know, have you ever been that guy? You know, you come home, you think, you know, with the chick, you think you're hooking up and you realize you're just spiteful cock for the evening. And the whole time you're like, is there a lock on this door? Is that door bulletproof? Like, yeah, I'm not doing this. Why don't you get all the way out of your last relationship? I'm out, guys. Like, that's what you wish you had the maturity to do. You know, but as I've said in my other specials, your dick is a dreamer. Your dick believes, nah, man, we can do it. We can pull this off. It's not going to be a problem. He broke up with her. He doesn't care. You're going to be fine. All right, that's the podcast for this week. Oh, Jesus. I can't fucking believe that shit happened to me. What an idiot. Why didn't I just say, we good? I should have said, we're good, man. Sorry about that. Next time, I'm just saying this out loud so I do that next time. I don't need to be that guy.